Like, let's go back. Wise men say, Can't Help Falling in Love is one of my favorite songs. It gives me like this painful feeling that is like nostalgic. It's like, for whatever reason, I have no idea. I associate the song with pain in the best way. Apparently, I'm really missing out here because there's a singer, Diana Ankudinova, did a version of I Can't Help Falling in Love, and I want to watch it for the first time because apparently it's off the charts. All right, and now I am primarily a rock and metal singer, but I've been known for experimentation within vocal styles. That's the basis of this channel, and I love to take a trip outside of my comfort zone. So that's what we're going to do right now. So if you have not heard this and you want to watch it uninterrupted, I put the original video directly below in the description. So check that out because we're going to watch and there's going to be some interruptions. I'm giving you fair warning. So here we go.
Wise men say only fools rush in.
Wow.
But I can't help falling in love with you.
Did not expect this. First of all, did not expect it to be turned into a minor scale or whatever the scale is. I don't know, but it's tonally very different. It's a darker version of the song. There's more atmosphere, but the vocal tone is really interesting because it kind of gives me, the first thing that pops into mind is Sleep Token. The same kind of muffled, covered sound. It's very different, but that was the first thing that came to mind as far as relating it to something. And it's interesting because it's just like this kind of, it's like this vibration over here. And it's also kind of light. So it's like a falsetto almost, but there's some full voice in there. Only fools rush in. Kind of like that kind of vibe. Let's keep watching because this is I'm intrigued. And there's like this like breathiness to it. But I really didn't expect, when you see someone and you, I don't know what I expected, but this wasn't it. Her voice doesn't match her face right now. Maybe it will in a second.
Wise men say only fools rush in.
Yes.
But I can't help falling in love with you.
It's enchanting. That's what it is. I love when I love hearing versions of a song that's like a completely different. You take it and you turn it into a completely different vibe, especially changing like the key or the notes, like making a different melody and putting it into a different type of key, like a minor key or something like that. Now it's like it's kind of like this is an octave up. Yeah. Wise man say. Still keeping that covered placement in like the more lighter parts, but when she leans into it, you notice how it gets bright. There's a little more projection there. And like that really interesting thing, say, that little kind of like gating in the voice.
Only fools rush in.
Beautiful.
But I can't.
That's interesting. That's exaggerated. But I can't help that seems to be the basis, like a lot of like what her tone, what makes her tone unique in this instance is that kind of like that placement over here.
But I can't help falling in love with you.
I'm sorry. This is just like I get the chills. These vocal swells right here. I kind of it reminded me of. It just reminds me of when I listened to Nightwish. I did Nightwish in another video, and whenever I hear those kinds of swells over intense instrumentals, I always get goosebumps. And I have a similar feeling when I listen to Lacuna Coil. So it's got to be it's something with a female vocal that's like kind of similarly in this style, like operatic, and it's like a nice clean swell over that kind of over intense music that just does something to me. Like it feels like ecstasy. A little swelling in there. Dun, 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 dun. Beautifully clean, very round, very operatic. This is the kind of stuff I do, by the way, whenever I do a song in the style of Queen. A lot of the vocals, see that kind of vocal right there rattles my voice to where it's like whoa, kind of using a part that I don't use often. But I'll do like operatic type vocals within that range for Queen, But you notice there's a difference between and What's the difference there? It's round. The other was bright. And that's the more bright version is used like a lot more in like classic rock. Whoa! Let's go back. Her voice is powerfully low in this part. I didn't expect that. It almost sounds like there's two tones going at once. Is there? Because it sounds like there's a little bit of like a ring. It's like, I can still hear that, but it's more like, I can't help falling. Like it seems pretty powerfully chesty here, but I still hear like a ring in that operatic, like higher voice. That's incredible. What a unique, insanely unique voice. Like, starting this video, I didn't know what to expect. I was kind of expecting like some Dimash super high notes and all this stuff. So this is throwing me for a loop. So powerful in that range. I wonder what her voice type is, because it's not very common. I haven't heard a female vocal that is that powerful sounding while singing those that range of notes, because a lot of the time what tends to happen, it's like when you watch, if you've ever listened to some of the live performances of Linkin Park with Emily, right? Some of the lower stuff, like In the End, is pretty low in their catalog vocally, even for Chester, but you know, it's still within a belting range for a male vocal, you know? And when you have a female vocal do that same key, it almost sounds like a speaking range. So the power isn't exactly the same. You know what I mean? So, but with her, she's singing in a range that would be powerful for a male vocal, like a typical average male vocal, and it sounds extremely powerful. So it's just like falling in love with you. That's like, to me, that's like my average, like, belting chest voice right there. You know, any higher than that, and I'm already peeking into my mix. I'm gonna have to start mixing in head voice. So, you know, that's really cool. I'm really interested to know what her voice type is. Dramatic contralto, which is the rarest and lowest female voice type. Her voice has an unusually dark timbre, a strong lower register. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, she's it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. I've never heard a voice like hers, honestly. Again, I find it really intriguing to be singing that key in that key and have that kind of power for a female voice. That's really that's something very unique and different. And I enjoy listening to this because it's like it's throwing me for a loop. I didn't expect it. It's freaking amazing. It's amazing. You know, I didn't mention this, but before singing vocals like this, it's very important to warm your voice up. If you're interested in exploring the capabilities within your voice, as I have for all the years I've done on this channel, checking out different types of singing and trying it in my own voice, be sure to check out my free vocal warm-ups course that I created, How to Warm Up to Sing Anything You Want. It's right below in the description and in the pinned comment, so check it out. And for those of you who are watching me for the first time, welcome. This is what I do here. I explore different types of singing and see how it feels in my own voice, and I experiment. And this is basically how I've learned to sing through the years, and what I've done on this channel since the very beginning in so many ways, because I've done songs in the style of other artists, 20 style videos and all that. That's kind of how this channel got its start. But, you know, even when I was doing that, behind the scenes, I was doing this. You know, I was taking suggestions for different styles that people were throwing at me as a challenge to see if I can pull it off. And I was learning about different singers that I never heard of and trying it in my own voice to see where I can feel it in my own voice so that I can recreate it in my own way. And that's what I do. So if you're interested in what I do here, press subscribe, check out my other videos, leave a comment of something you want to see me explore next, and let's just have a good time. Take care. Thank you for watching. I'll see you.